Welcome to all of you. I am Dr. Shobboshachi Mollik, going to take classes on enzymes. Now, definition of enzymes. Enzymes are organic substances act as catalysts in cells in living organisms and not consume during reaction. Now, there are certain characteristics of enzymes. If we tell it one by one, it is first, almost all protein in nature, they are heat labile, non dialyzable, they are water soluble amphoteric molecules, contain 16% weight as nitrogen and precipitated by ammonium sulfate or TCA, that is trichloroacetic acid. Now, commonly ASE, ase suffix is added to the name of substrate on which the enzyme acts, and they are called trivial names. As for example, urea splitting enzymes are called urease. All the enzymes could not be named in this manner. It often led to confusion, ambiguity. To remove this problem, International Union of Biochemistry and Molecular Biology IUBMB developed an unambiguous system of enzyme nomenclature in 1964, which was subsequently revised in 1972 and 78. Now, according to this IUBMB, the classification of enzymes are: number 1, class 1 oxidoreductase, class 2 transferase, class 3 hydrolase, class 4 lyase, class 5 isomerase, class 6 ligase. Accordingly, or according to IUBMB classification, the code of hexokinase is 2711. 2 indicates it is the second class or class 2 enzyme, that is transferase. 7 stands for subclass, that is phosphate transferase. 1, that is first subclass in which the acceptor of phosphate group is an alcoholic group, and last one, it is the first enzyme in 7 subclass. This process is a complex one, so often the code used are not commonly used in your textbook. It is of some theoretical interest, and I have just mentioned it. It may not be required by you during your examination. Class 1 enzymes, they are oxidoreductases. They are involved in oxidation reduction reactions. In the left side, I have shown you the different types, and in the right side, the examples. I have shown you the 4 examples of class 1. 1, acting on CH2H, they are alcohol dehydrogenase. Second, acting on CHO, they are glyceraldehyde phosphate dehydrogenase. Third one, acting on CH2CH2, they are succinate dehydrogenase. And the fourth one, acting on CH2NH2, glutamate dehydrogenase. Similarly, class 2 transferases, they transfer various groups. Example, first one, 1C groups, that is transfer of one carbon group, methyl transferase. CHO or CO groups, they are transketolase or transaldolase. Transfer of acyl groups, they are pyruvate dehydrogenase. These are all examples. And transfer of phosphate groups, hexokinase. Next one, class 3, hydrolases. Actually, they cleave substrate by adding water. Example, first one, ester linkage, that is lipase. Second one, glycosidic bond, that is amylase. Third one, peptide bond, that is pepsin. There are other examples of hydrolases, but I have given you just few of them. Enzymes, lyases, they remove groups from substrates by mechanism other than hydrolysis. Example, cleavage of CC bond, aldolases, and cleavage of CO bond, fumarases. Now, class 5, isomerases, helps in the interconversion of isomers. One, racemase, example, methyl malonyl CoA racemase, and the second one is cis-trans isomerase, retinine isomerase. And class 6 group of enzymes, they are called ligases. That is, they form bond by linking two substrates with energy provided by ATP. I repeat, they form bond by linking two substrates with energy provided by ATP. Example, formation of CS bond, acyl CoA synthetase, and formation of CN bond, glutamine synthetase. Now, let us come to the other points of discussion. Cofactor and coenzymes. Most enzymes require additional non-protein molecules to become active. This non-protein molecule is essential for their catalytic activity. It is called cofactor. In the absence of cofactor, enzyme is not fully active. Cofactors are of two types, metal ions and coenzymes. Now, number one, metal ions. Metalloenzymes. Their metal ions are tightly bound. As for example, cytochrome oxidase, catalase, and peroxidase. In all these reactions, Fe2 plus ions are tightly bound with the enzymes. In cytochrome oxidase, in addition, Cu2 ions are also bound tightly with the enzymes. Another example which is of clinical importance, that is carbonic anhydrase. I have not shown here. There, the metal ions which are tightly bound are zinc with the enzymes. Now, second one, metal activated enzymes. Here, metal ions are loosely bound. Here, the metal ions are loosely bound. As for example, hexokinase, and that hexokinase requires magnesium. metal activated enzymes. Here, metal ions are loosely bound. As for example, hexokinase requires magnesium ions for its action. Similarly, enzyme amylase requires chloride ion for its action. Now, these type of enzymes, in these types of enzymes, the metal ions can be separated without breaking the enzyme protein. The biological activity is, however, enhanced by the addition of metal ions from outside. But in case of metalloenzymes, the metal ions cannot be separated without the breakdown and loss of activity of the enzyme. Now, coenzymes. Non-protein organic molecules required by enzymes are called coenzymes for optimal activity of the enzymes. They are mostly derivatives of B group of vitamins. As for example, vitamin B3, they are derived from NAD plus or NADP plus. Similarly, vitamin B6, they are pyridoxal phosphate. Other examples are vitamin B1, thiamine pyrophosphate, or vitamin B2, riboflavin derived FAD and FMN. Now, another term, prosthetic group, cofactor or coenzyme. Any coenzyme or cofactor, when bound covalently to enzyme protein, is called prosthetic group. It cannot be separated from enzyme protein without the breakdown of protein. Enzyme is inactive in the absence of prosthetic group. Examples: cytochrome oxidase, catalases, and peroxidases. So, we are discussing about the different terms in relation to enzymes, that is cofactor and coenzymes, metalloenzymes, metal activated enzymes, prosthetic group, etc. etc. Now, another term you will come across is the apoenzyme and holoenzyme. An enzyme protein without the coenzyme is called apoenzyme. The apoenzyme with the coenzyme is called holoenzyme. Apoenzyme is inactive but holoenzyme is active. Example, cytochrome oxidase, the heme is the coenzyme and prosthetic group bound covalently to the enzyme protein, that is apoenzyme. Fully functional cytochrome oxidase is holoenzyme. Role of coenzymes. Carriers of role of coenzymes. Coenzymes act as carriers of proton and other groups in various reactions where they either donate or accept groups. This is the first point to be discussed with coenzyme, that is the role of coenzyme. The second one, coenzyme may be loosely bound or tightly bound as prosthetic group, that I have already discussed. When loosely bound, they dissociate after reaction is complete. They dissociate after reaction is completed to go and participate in another reaction. In this way, a single coenzyme molecule can activate a large number of enzyme molecules. Coenzymes are of two groups. Group 1, coenzymes involved in transfer of hydrogen ions or electrons in oxidation reductions, and group 2, coenzymes required for transfer of groups other than protons like amino group, acetyl group, etc. So, these are about the cofactor, coenzymes, apoenzymes, holoenzymes, metalloactivated enzyme, metalloenzymes, etc., along with role of coenzymes. Now, specificity of enzymes. Specificity of enzymes. Enzymes are usually very specific for the substrate on which they act, but the degree of specificity varies for different enzymes. It could be of several types. First one is the stereospecificity. Some enzymes are very specific for stereoisomer of the substrate on which they act. As per example, amino acid oxidase. As per example, L amino acid oxidase rather, and L amino acid oxidase act only on L stereoisomer and not on D amino acid isomers. Second one is group or bond specificity. Some enzymes show specificity towards some specific bonds in the substrate. For example, peptidase can act only peptide bonds in the polypeptides and proteins. Similarly, lipases, which act on ester bond of triacyl glycerols, or glycosidases, act on glycoside linkage of polysaccharides. Third one is absolute specificity. Absolute specificity, as for example, some enzymes are specific for only one and only one, specific for one and only one substrate. They will not act on even a close related other substrate. For example, glucokinase act on glucose only, not on any other similar hexose like mannose or galactose. And the last one is chirality. According to the chirality of the enzymes, according to the chirality of the molecules, enzymes act, that is, glycerol kinase acts with specific chirality.